We've been a band for over 20 years. We've been to some amazing places. We've met incredible people. It's been a huge gift to us, and because of that, we've always felt the need to give something back.
Many people have started charities, and it seems like that they had something that happened to them personally in their lives to spark them to want to go out and to do more. We want to take you behind the scenes to some of these events and some of these charities. We want to introduce you to these celebrities and the heart that they put into giving back to their communities. We want you to feel the pulse. We want you to hear the heartbeat. All right, so today we're talking to a guy we've known for a lot of years. Actually was our manager for a while, Mr. Chris Stacie.
I would call him brother. He's one of our brothers.
Yeah,
and
and also the founder of Tortuga Music Festival.
Yeah. So he's got a lot to tell us about Tortuga, what they're doing to help the oceans of the world, and he's our good friend. Rock the ocean. You guys,
let's see if we can get him on here. You ready? Chris Stacie.
Chris Stacie.
Hello, gentlemen.
Yes.
The man, the myth, the legend. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great. Just living that quarantine life.
Yeah, man. Looks like you're in Nashville. Are you in Nashville?
I'm at my house in Nashville. You guys have both been here.
Yeah,
Drew, you still spend many nights on this couch.
Do you still have the Kopi Suite? Is that still open?
Yeah, it's still open. It's not well attended like it used to be, but you're welcome anytime, of course.
A little short version. Chris has had a long career in the music business, working with artists as management, putting tours together as A&R, label president, managing bands.
Highlight of my
what bands?
high level.
Yeah, what bands?
Let's just say when you managed Sister Hazel,
I did.
who's your favorite person and why was it me?
Oh,
So
man.
when you step back from a lot of that stuff, Tortuga became a big passion of yours to get that festival down there. Tell us a little bit about the genesis of all that.
I guess the short version is I was living on the beach in Fort Lauderdale. I went to the opening of this movie called The Cove, and it was about a dolphin slaughter that happened in Japan.
Oh,
And
brutal.
I was moved. I mean, literally, like, you know, I try to be tough guy or whatever, but like, I was like moved to tears by this movie. And I went home that night and I started doing all this internet crazy Googling obsession stuff. Like I get obsessed about things occasionally. It really was like, I just scratched the surface. This dolphin slaughter is just like one part of the problem. And I'm on the boat and a scuba diver and you know, all that stuff. I'm always on the ocean. And I had no idea the condition that our world's oceans were in. We were out on the boat the next day doing some free diving offshore Fort Lauderdale. And as we were coming back in, it was like the light bulb moment where we drove past what is now the Tortuga Festival site, Fort Lauderdale Beach Park. And I looked at my buddy on the boat and I said, I'm going to put a music festival right there that actually calls attention to all the things that's going wrong with the world's oceans. And we did that build it and they will come thing. We put the show on and here we are now coming up on 8 years later. And, you know, we're alive and kicking, and festival had, you know, won Music Festival of the Year for Academy of Country Music at the ACMs. We won Festival of the Year and been nominated several times, and it's now a, you know, sort of a top tier festival in the business. I'm really proud of what we built.
Hey, we were there for the first one. We played that first Tortuga Fest, but you could see at the first festival, we're onto something here. You know, this idea's got legs, and that's a feeling that you don't always have first time you roll something out.
Yeah, so the whole thing about the music festival was that, you know, the formal name of Tortuga is Rock the Oceans Tortuga Music Festival.
Yes.
So Rock the Ocean is the 501c3 that's dedicated to ocean conservation that we created sort of on the shoulders of what we knew would be a successful music festival. And I think we're 8 years in and we've raised almost $2.5 million now.
Wow.
And, you know, funded tons of amazing programs. We work with University of Miami. We work with Nova University right in Fort Lauderdale has an amazing oceanographic program. Now they have an amazing sea turtle program there through Broward County. We work with, you know, we've worked with and funded all kinds of ocean conservation initiatives around the world.
If anybody that happens to be watching right now and they're just learning about this, is there a place that they can go to contribute, to be a part of this?
Yeah, just go to rocktheocean.com. There's a lot of stuff going on that webpage. I mean, yeah, I was going to say there's a couple of arms of it. There's the music festival. So we raise funds every year at the concert and on site with auctions and charity items and stuff like that.
Conservation Village.
And then, yeah, we have this huge thing called Conservation Village where we invite out 25 to 30 nonprofits every year. We basically try to get the thought leaders in ocean conservation to come out and be a part of the music festival environment. So at a normal music festival, you're going to have, you know, corn dog and cowboy hat vendors that are roaming around. At ours, we have that, but we also have kind of the thought leaders in ocean conservation. So they're going to show you right there on site how they tag a shark, or how they track turtle nesting, or you know, what they're doing to save, you know, marine birds. And I mean, there's just all kinds of different, like 30 of the top people in the world that are very specialized by group, come out and hang out with us at the festival. And it's great for them because they get to get in front of 30,000 people a day or 100,000 people over a weekend. And
they get to be rock stars.
You get to be rock stars for the weekend.
Besides contributing financially to the causes and obviously showing up at the festival, which is very important, for people that might watch this and they're kind of thinking, hey, look, I'm ready to make some changes. What can I do, like in my daily life, that could help change the habits that we've started and the destruction that we're doing to our oceans? What would you recommend?
I think the first step in that is awareness, right? Like being aware that there is a problem is step number one. So spend a little time, take 15 minutes and watch a couple of videos on our website and educate yourself to what the actual problems are. And then you can flip the script to what can I do to impact that? And it can be just very basic things, you know, like this is super obvious and probably so overexposed right now, but the whole plastic issue, it's real. I mean, plastic does not decompose. It is around for thousands of years. Reduce your daily use of plastic. That's one super easy thing you can do to help the oceans.
I know you've said it once, but will you give your website address one more time and where people can go and check things out and maybe make a donation?
Yeah, for sure. You know, you can always visit www.rocktheocean.com or .org, either one. We are a 501c3. Drew is flexing his Rock the Ocean apparel.
He's your before model.
We have this apparel line that is 100% dedicated to ocean conservation. So I always say that if you want to buy a t-shirt or a hat from Rock the Ocean, it's a good way to fly your flag and tell the world you care about ocean conservation, and know that 100% of the proceeds are going back to help these groups that we fund every year.
We love you, man. Thanks for being here.
Hopefully we get to do a recap after Tortuga Fest this year. Fingers crossed that October's the date.
I'm Drew Copeland.
My name's Ken Block.
And we're from Sister Hazel, and you have just seen The Heartbeat.
The Heartbeat.
I don't know if you see the shirt that I'm wearing.
I do. You're representing. I love it.
I represent. That's the way I roll, man.
Rock the Ocean in the house.
Plus, it's the only one that's stretched out enough for me to get it over my girth.